Hey, hi everyone. Let's talk about nativism. So, modern nativism comes from long histories of racial beliefs about who belongs in the United States. So, we've learned obviously in our past lectures that race is not biological, but it's an idea used to give certain people groups more power than others. And these ideas especially helped shape nativism by marking some immigrants as outsiders who do not deserve to be a part of the nation. So the key example that I pulled from the lectures was the Chinese massacre of 1871. So in this case, the Chinese immigrants were seen as threats to jobs and to American culture. So because of this fear and the racial stereotypes that were created, this led to extreme violence, and a mob attacked and killed Chinese people just because they were viewed as different. So this shows how nativism can grow into hatred and harm, all just because people are acting out of fear. So nativism is obviously still a current to this day. It is, in some cases, I would say, more subtle than it was before. So, for example, a little personal experience of nativism would be from immigrant families. So, I have immigrant family members from Mexico and also from El Salvador, and we've also had experiences where people, that question of, well, where are you really from? And well, it's like, well, I was born here, but again, that question of where are you really from? So these comments seem small, but they reveal the belief that Americans do not fully belong because of their race, language, or culture. So sometimes when I get asked these questions of where am I really from, or where's my family from, it kind of makes me feel like I don't belong, or like I'm less of an American because I don't fit the typical appearance. So also in chapter 3 of our textbook, the author explains that these assumptions continue to affect immigrants and people of color, especially in Latinx and Muslim communities. These groups especially are often labeled as criminals or security threats. So these stereotypes influence policies like our strict border control, deportations, and also travel restrictions. Sorry, I'm going through my notes. Overall, modern nativism remains connected to old ideas about race and belonging. Learning about this history makes it easier to notice when fear and stereotypes are influencing people's attitudes towards immigrants. I think that was all my notes for this discussion. Okay, so we'll finish off with my question. In what ways do everyday interactions, institutional practices, and historical narratives together produce the idea of who belongs in a nation? And what concrete steps should people who are not directly targeted by nativism take to dismantle those systems of exclusion? And I think that's everything. Bye, guys.